morning, everybody. Welcome to Supernatural Saturday. And today, we're going to cover a range of subjects, but the most important subject for people to consider is why we don't remember our past lives. And I've had these yogis hovering around me for a few months now, and they come in pretty strong sometimes. And today, they've been just chattering at me about why we do not remember past lives and what the value and need for meditation is right now more than any other time in human history. So I'm going to be with you guys in just a moment. Yeah. So these yogis are beings that they don't require bodies anymore. There are beings that do not require bodies anymore. Their sense of identity does not come through the five physical senses, but it comes through a broader perspective of undifferentiated conscious awareness. That's undifferentiated conscious awareness. In other words, they are not any longer localized to a single body, but rather they are aware of the broader self that is inclusive of more time, space, and matter. I'm trying to find the right words I'm sure there's words in Sanskrit that would properly illustrate the meaning of this, where your awareness is expanded in a limitless way, but you are still aware that you exist as an individual consciousness in a state of beingness. But why we don't remember our past lives is a very fascinating subject for me. Just because of the intrigue that it brings. I've been fortunate enough to remember a few of my past lives in very different levels of details. Now, when I say I do not mean the personality. And this is the most important point that they want to cover first and foremost is remembering your past lives is not something that you can do from the perspective of who you think you are. And this is a very important point. In the process of the greatest awakening, it means we lose our subjectivity to fear. We lose our subjectivity to matter. We lose our subjectivity to time and space as the exclusive points of reference for who you are. But the primary point, good morning, everybody. The primary point they talk about in terms of remembering past lives means you have to recognize that you cannot remember who you were when you are attached to who you think you are. And this is very simple in many respects. If you go into a box and you close the lid on the box, then you will think that reality is just that box. And your five senses of touch, taste, smell, and hearing will perceive that box as the only existing reality. And so you are confined to that box. Now, by box, what they mean is the individualized personality that we all have while in a physical form. But you do not have to be limited to it, but most people are. Most people are stuck in the belief that this physical mechanism and the construction of ideas that make up your personality is who you are. And because you're in that construct, the construct that the environment has given you through the five physical senses, you are misleading yourself into believing that that's all you can perceive. You are in a box, so to speak. The box of your personality, the box of your body. Yes, they're also saying right now, this leads us towards the consideration of why we always suggest that meditation is a fundamental cornerstone for liberating your awareness from the localized perception in who you believe yourself to be. You are not that personality that you think you are. That is merely a construction through the five physical senses. The minute you can begin to move your sense of identity beyond the framework, the ideas, the history of who you think you are, you begin a process of expansion in consciousness. This expansion in consciousness can only occur when you are undistracted by any one thing, thought, or act. And your awareness becomes inclusive of broader spheres of things, thoughts, and acts, which are a part of who you are as an expanding awareness. And it is only through meditation, yes, it is only through, they just threw something else, I'll bring it in a second. It is only through the actual application of getting your mind, which is a distraction, and your body, which is a distraction for you, for who you really are, for who you really are. Your mind and body are a distraction. But you face several challenges here, because some people think by getting rid of the mind and body that they will be free of it. No, you do not want to be free of it. You want to be free from it. And there's a difference. You need the body, you need the mind in your process of evolution so that you can identify and re-articulate who you are again. Once you are established in a position of awareness, when you know, I am not this body, I am not this mind, when that position is clearly understood, then the form and the thought mechanisms become unnecessary, because then you move into the realm of creation, the realm where your ideas and information take form and give life to form, just as your awareness maintains the life in the form of that body that you find yourself in right now. So why you don't remember your past lives is because you're so caught up in the one you are in. And the one that you are in does not include anything other than what it is. And the only way to get out of that is through meditation. And what is meditation? Meditation is simple steps of learning to eliminate the distraction of body, the distraction of mind, and the distraction of the immediate world. And so when we come to this place of meditation, it is simply this: to begin the process of beginning to release yourself, your awareness, who you are, from the distraction, the attention grabbing of your 5 physical senses, and the thoughts in your mind that make up this thing you call your personality, which is simply another name for ego, that which is separate from that which you think you are. And so building on this process of the greatest awakening in human history is this recognition that matter, time, and space are constantly changing. But there's a perspective in your awareness where you can expand beyond the change into the changeless, which then in turn can cause change. But that is another step in the process. The first and foremost step is to resume yourself in discovering who you are as an awareness, an undistracted, creative, all-intelligent awareness. That is what you are. It is what we all are. So things like suicide are a waste of time. They waste valuable time, because if you do not think of yourself as more than that body or more than that mind, even though you always know there's more to your life than what you think. There's always more to your life than what you think. But once you begin to eliminate the distraction of what you think, you begin to discover what you are. So in trying to remove the body or mind from yourself, you will not have a reference point to remember that you are the self that you're seeking to liberate from the body and mind. It is through a deliberate process, a meticulous, mindful process. And when we say mind, we do not mean the mind of your thoughts, the mind of your memories. We mean the creative intelligence of your awareness, which is not bound to the body nor to the mind. But without your mind and body, it is very difficult to come to that awareness without it. And so you repeat another lifetime and you repeat another lifetime. Each time you get a little piece more and a little piece more of remembering who you are. And some people go through many millions of lifetimes and experiences and expressions to get to this awareness. We are at a time where you don't have many lifetimes to cultivate this sense of self-awareness again. One of the things we seek to do today is to give you the awareness, the change in your experience of being simply a body and a collection of thoughts and memories in that body. It is only from the framework of who you are that you can begin to expand your awareness back in time or forward in time from the present moment. Only from the perspective of expanding awareness, not confined to the perceptual apparatus of your physical body or your thinking mind, can you then begin to include or re-include or remember, which is to bring back together, to remember experiences that you have had in different physical forms. And there are many, many, many such forms. Forms that your human mind at this time in history couldn't even begin to conceive of, but which many of you are actually conceiving of, these many dimensions, these many places, these many spaces, these many multi-dimensions. You're beginning to rediscover them even in this dimension. So our goal today will be very simple, to get you on through the process of beginning to remember who you are as awareness. And when you begin to remember who you are as awareness, you begin to liberate yourself from the localized perception of the identity in which you find yourself existing in that body. Now you will continue to need that body because it serves you until it's no longer able to serve you, but you must use the time you have in that body to awaken yourself to the knowledge and beingness of what you truly are. Yes. So you want to come to a very conscious place of what you are, not the place of remaining in who you think you are or what you remember from this childhood or your teenage years or your adult years or what may come to be. That is strictly a localized perceptual apparatus that keeps you stuck in this personality, in this box that you call this lifetime. For this lifetime is but one single chamber in an infinite number of doorways that you can walk through and have been walking through for eternity. One of the things we love the most is that feeling that we see upon the faces of those that begin to feel that delicious sense of being at peace, undistracted by mind and undistracted by body, undistracted by environment, and becoming inclusive of it, but not captured by it any longer. In your journey to release your attachment to who you have been conditioned to believe you are, in your process of beginning to liberate your body, your awareness from your body, so that you can be aware that you are aware, is the goal of today's meditation process. So please understand that you are living in a box that you have been put inside. You climbed into this box when you came in through that womb. You climbed into the box and someone closed the lid on it, and you've been in that box for a long time, some of you. And some of you know, this box is not me, it's not comfortable, it doesn't feel right. And some of you have opened the lid, and some of you have actually taken a risk and stepped right out of the box and begun to realize that vibration of your being, which is freedom, which is love, which is joy, which is peace. You've begun to realize that the confines of what this world is as it appears to be to your senses is merely one big box that you can liberate yourself from. And from the perspective of liberation and freedom, you can begin to enjoy the creation and creating process of which you are an intricate part. You can become a part of the creating and creation process of which you are an intricate part. And in that awareness, you begin another process. You move into another room. But we are only here to show you the doorway out of the one that you're in, so that you may begin to consider the vast amount of wisdom and knowledge and experience contained within your consciousness, but which you are restricted from having access to by way of limiting yourself to the perception that you are simply a finite body and a finite collection of thoughts and memories. And that's all they are thoughts and memories. They are not who you are. Wow. So these yogis, Yogananda's been here the last few days. The wisdom of these beings who have gone through many boxes, they've gone through many boxes, as we have too. When we begin to understand the process of not being distracted by thought, not being distracted by memory, not being distracted by our senses, but being aware of our creative process. And again, the goal today, from what they explained to me, is simply to get you into an awareness, a different degree of awareness. And they're saying they've been transmitting vibrations to the ears of all of those that can hear. And so be prepared to allow your body to be quiet. And so remember, you have to give your body permission to relax. Many of you are in bodies that don't think they can relax, or you're so afraid of things, it's been so afraid. You have to give it permission during this time today to relax, to be open, to be receptive to your awareness, to who you are, so that you can be free of it and at the same time be more loving and compassionate towards it. And you will feel this as you begin to release the muscles and the tensions in your body, and you begin to feel your body letting go, and you continue to give it permission to let go and to let go as we go through this. Your body will feel calm and peaceful, and that calm, peaceful feeling that you give to your body by way of allowing it to relax. You give it that. It cannot receive it unless you give it. So you give that to your body. And as that happens, the body calms. And as the body calms, you become less distracted by the senses. You become more attentive to the vibrational energies that aren't constrained to the body, that don't keep you limited to the body, but liberate you from it. We are going to take some questions and answers. Some of you will remember certain things from this process. Some of you will understand that you're experiencing something very new. And some of you will be curious, what else is there? There will be varying degrees depending upon your curiosity and your willingness to let your body relax, to let your mind and your thoughts be still. For you also have to give your mind permission to be still. And it is so used to being in control, it might not want to because it's so busy trying to protect you from what it believes it will hurt it. So you must be willing to give your mind permission and your body permission to relax and be still while we go through this. We're going to take a few questions now. And as we go through this, we want to say welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to today's Supernatural Saturday. I've been having the most wondrous week with the gift of these light bringers and these yogi masters and the ascended beings that are around us all the time. We just have to shift our perceptual awareness so that we can perceive them as they are, as an energy, and not so much trying to look for them as a physical thing around us. They can have a physical appearance in consciousness, and yes, they can physically appear around us too. And that's another process. But they've been really, really bombarding all of us with this, just the being of their presence. And they don't have to try and do it. They just are being it. These vibrational frequencies are being transmitted to all of us at all times now, just as many are receiving these transmissions from inside as well. So let's take a few questions and answers about why you don't remember your past lives. Hello, Marigold. Hi, Kira. Hello there, Drusilla. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, everybody. Wow, it is a great morning. It is most beautiful here. Wonderful. Glad it's a beautiful German winter going on over there. If you do have a question, please remember to pretext your question with the word question. Someone's saying, how do I donate you some money without going on Patreon? Do you have a PayPal account? Yes. On my YouTube channel, at my main YouTube channel page, in my banner, you'll see in the bottom right corner of my banner, there's a number of icons there. One of them is my PayPal me account. So you can click on that. And you also use my Gmail address, williammichaelforbes59@gmail.com, if you want to make a donation that way. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that offering. I'm really grateful. So let's get to some questions. Very exciting. Question from Tanya. The electromagnetic buzz is so strong it makes my body vibrate. How do I disconnect the bodily feelings when this overwhelming so intense? Okay, remember, the electromagnetic frequencies are still on the physical spectrum of consciousness. You need to extend your awareness, and yes, they're saying you need to train the body. Use these as opportunities. If you're perceiving the electromagnetic spectrum, you are actually perceiving higher vibrational frequencies of matter. If you're perceiving those vibrations, treat those vibrations the same way that you would treat the stilling of your body when returning to a meditative state. Those frequencies, you may calm them down as well. You may calm them down as you would your body or as you would your mind. You may calm those frequencies down. And remember, when you are doing this, when you are saying for them to calm down, to be still, to be quiet, you are now asserting your right of creation, your ability to assert a creative influence over time, space, and matter, which all of you do, whether you are aware of this or not, but most in very minuscule degrees. But we would say this to you when you are aware of that buzz, to just simply ask the buzz to be still and ask the body also to be still. Remember, the perceptual apparatus of your body and your mind, and even what this one calls the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance, these two can also become distraction. So you can also ask all of that to be still and quiet. From this perspective of asserting your consciousness in this way, you liberate yourself from those distractions. You can do this right now. You can simply ask the body to be quieter and even more still. When you release resistance by relaxing the body, then these other signals cannot interfere. It's like when you go to sleep at night, you leave your body, but your body without your presence has no way to be aware of anything other than its own internal mechanisms, which are based in self-preservation and self-regeneration. Yes, thank you. That's a great question, Tanya. Thank you so much. Question from Carolyn. How can we discern between our own thoughts and those from our spirit guides or higher self? Sometimes I am unsure where it comes from. Thank you. Very good question, Carolyn. Most of your own thoughts will be based in what you remember from your experience of this lifetime. Any thought in your mind is going to be what's been stored in the system from this 5 physical senses. When you start moving your awareness out of body, and you begin to perceive, before we listen, they're saying it's not so much about the other thoughts and the other realms or communicating with us. It is about learning to master the stillness, the silence, the quiet, to be undistracted even by us, so that you become intimately aware of who you are as an awareness, as a being, as we'll use the word, an unpolluted extension of infinite light. Do not let anything distract you in your meditation unless you so desire to communicate with specific ones. But be very clear about who you are choosing to communicate with. Like those you meet in the street in this physical world, you have a right also to decide who you communicate with in the non-physical realms as well. You will find it very beneficial to realize and release yourself from distraction, which will liberate you to expand your consciousness more than what you think, and more than what you know, and more than what your physical and non-physical senses will tell you. Thank you, Carolyn. Really appreciate that question. Question from Robin Peterson. I was wondering how to donate. Oh yes. Yeah, sorry, I answered that question already. Question from JC. I had a dream that I was channeling fluently, but I couldn't remember what. Any guidance? Yes, you have moved on this realm of perception and come back into the box and did not bring it with you. It is important. You must understand that the personality that you have, the person that you think yourself to be while in that body, is a local construct. It is a box. And when you try to bring something outside of the box, you have to open its lid first. In other words, you must deliberately and intentionally, before you go into these altered states of being, decide, I am going to bring something new into this mind, into this body. I'm going to bring awareness that I am not aware of in the body, but I know I'm aware of out of it. You must make a conscious choice to bring that awareness into the body so that the body will remember what you asked it to remember, much the same way as you can tell your body to wave a hand. You must tell it that you want it to remember. You must tell the mind what it is to think. And you can do that once you're liberated from it. But do not be confused. You have not forgotten. It is just that your simple attachment to your form acts as a filter from you remaining aware of what it is you are already aware of. But in this process, we will introduce you today. You will have some experience of the sense of freedom that comes with getting your body still and your mind quiet, while opening your awareness to experiencing more than what you think you know. Thank you for that question. That's a great question. Just going down here. Wonderful. Beautiful day, isn't it, everybody? Question from Natalia. What to do if I keep hearing something, some spirit, I guess, whispering my name and some other things too? I have no idea what or who this is. This is a very important question. Again, when you try to gain comprehension from inside the confines of who you think you are, it is very difficult to include or allow anything new into it. You must make a clear and conscious decision that I'm going to open to knowing the truth. I'm open to knowing the truth, hearing the truth, seeing the truth, and bringing that truth into my life. Once you have made a decision, you will find that the mind and body, especially when you can train them to not analyze for you, because your mind and body will analyze only from the perspective of what they remember. So they will filter out everything else they have no reference for. But you, as the awareness, can feel and know that energy and bring it in. You can say, I feel this vibration of love. I feel this vibration of joy. Oh, I'm sensing the energy of this angel. I'm sensing the energy of these yogis. I'm sensing the energy of the earth. And she's talking to me. And I can feel and know this. This is not something that is in the mind. And you can know that. A lot of people think that imagination is something that just happens from within the mind. It is not. Imagination is something that happens from your awareness. You become aware of things that are beyond what your mind knows, which is why so many things can come into this world that weren't there before. Ideas, conceptions come into this world from outside of this world. But yes. Question from Robin. I know everything is happening in the now. So is the past, present, and future all happening in the now? How is the past now? This is a question that Master Jesus answered a few months ago when he talked about the ability to expand your awareness beyond what you think you are. That once you recognize that awareness, as a body mind is who you think you are in what we call localized perception of time, past, present, future, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a perceptual reality that limits you to what you call this experience called your life. But in your ability to expand your awareness beyond, what you remember and what your senses are telling you, and expanding your awareness beyond allows you to encompass more time and space into the present moment, which is where everything is contained in reality. All things exist in the present moment. We are just only localized to one thought, one idea, one image. But we are often aware that there's a much broader context, as are you, and you've been seeking to understand that. To get yourself into the position of understanding how to expand your awareness, you can simply, even in this moment, as you listen to us speak to you, you could very gently move your awareness into the past and remember things from your past while simultaneously hearing our words in this present moment about this awareness that you are, that's observing the past from this present moment. Does that past exist as a functional reality in this moment? Absolutely. But your localized perception still limits the idea that your present moment is exclusively right here and that all that stuff is before. And what might come is after. When you rise above that, expand yourself, you can know what is to come. You can also create what is to come, because what is to come can either be a combination of what was before, and you use what was before to create a future now from that past in the present. But in the perspective of creative, intelligent, conscious awareness, you are able to articulate a whole new creative process other than that which is based on your past. But past, present, and future have limitless potentialities depending upon the way that your awareness interacts with time, space, and matter, and the way your awareness interacts with infinite potential. For there are no limits in terms of what was past, or what is present, or what is future. But they do all exist simultaneously in great diversity, in limitless diversity. All conceivable realities have existed, which is why you can see these fantastic science fiction stories that these writers have created. And you see these things coming to life in this world. It is because that process is not restricted. The creative process is not restricted or bound by the limits of time and space, but in fact reorganizes the conditions of time and space. You can do this as awareness, but not as the localized identity in that body. Those that are highly creative are simply accessing a realm of their consciousness that is beyond the framework of what they've been taught to think is the only reality in this world. Thank you. Great question. Wonderful. So we're going to get to the meditative portion of this now. So please make yourselves comfortable. The meditation will be very simple and straightforward. We do not like complexity. We like it simple. Complexity is something that excites the mind, and it can also excite your soul. But simplicity is the spirit. The spirit loves elegant simplicity. And so today we will facilitate your increased awareness of what you are as an awareness. If you have water, please drink some water before we begin. Thank you. To get your body still is simple. You need to use your breath. You need to use your breath. You need to use your breath to bring your body into this place of being still, of being deliberately still. And so please take your breaths deep and full. And as you exhale, give the entire body permission to relax, to be still, to be calm, to be quiet. You must repeatedly give it your permission. For your body is not used to being allowed to relax. And so you must remind it that you are giving it permission to relax. All of the muscles in your face, all of the muscles in your neck and shoulders, using your breath to release the body into deeper relaxation, letting it rest, letting it be still. And each time you exhale your breath from the body, you give your body permission to go deeper into this state of being relaxed. If it tries to resist, gently and lovingly use your breath to allow that part that is resistant to relax, to give it deliberate permission to relax. Give your body deliberate permission to relax. Using each breath as a tool for training your body to relax. Your breath is your tool for training your body to be relaxed. Give all the muscle groupings in your body permission to relax. This is simple. Give the body permission to relax even more. And use your breath to make any part of the body relax. Give it permission to relax. Allowing it to relax. And move your attention now into the place of your brain. Move your awareness into the place of your brain. And simply use your breath to relax your thoughts, to let them go with your breath, to fully and deliberately use your breath to allow your thoughts to be still and quiet. Allow your awareness to perceive the stillness as you exhale and give your thoughts permission to be still. And repeatedly give them permission to be still. Sincerely, lovingly give your thoughts permission to be still. And give your body further permission to be still. And use your breath to increase the stillness of your thoughts and the stillness of your body. Now give your attention to the space around your body, just the space. Just feel the space immediately around your body. Use your breath to allow that space to become still. And each time you use your breath this way, your body and your mind become still. And you remain aware of stillness. From the sensation of the stillness, you can begin to expand your awareness. You can begin to expand your awareness through the stillness, undistracted. And even the sounds and smells you may be aware of through the body, you are aware of but undistracted by. Feel the stillness. Use your breath to let your body and your thoughts and your memories go silent. And with your awareness, feel the sensation of being the silence. Be the vibration of silence and space. And feel how you feel as a vibration of silence and space. And feel how the body feels being still. And feel how the mind feels being still. And how, as awareness, do you feel in stillness and space? How do you feel as awareness and stillness in space. Use your breath to deepen the silence and stillness in your body and in your mind. Use your breath to deepen your awareness of silence and space. Use your breath to deepen your awareness of being, silence, and space. This is the beginning of opening the box so that you are not restrained by what you remember, so you are not restrained or constrained by what you remember, but you are liberated by the vibration of what you are being as silence in space. Now use your awareness to breathe this sensation and strengthen it in your body and in your mind. Breathe the silence, breathe the space into your mind and into your body. Pull it down into your mind and body. And as you exhale, expand that sensation into the space of every molecule in your body and the space around your body. It is from this vibration of stillness that you can begin to explore beyond what you know. Now use your breath to bring your awareness back into the senses of the body. Use your breath to bring your awareness back into the senses of the body, but with the experience of being silent space, drawing the awareness of being silence and space into your body. And very gently open your eyes and be aware of the difference in energy and sensation in your body now. And be aware of the difference in sensation of mind. Just be aware of the differences of what was before you began this little journey, and after the journey. It is important to become aware of the transition of your awareness from one state of being into another state of being. And it is that skill, when properly developed, allows you to move into the awareness of other lifetimes, other knowledge, other wisdom, and other truth. Please make sure you drink some water as you come back into your form. Please drink some water. And allow your awareness to feel the change that you brought into the body. Feel the way it is vibrating differently. Feel the shift in its energy. And feel the shift in the way your mind and your emotions are experienced at this time. It is your awareness of change that allows you to know that change is possible. And so while you have that physical body that you live in, it is very important to be aware of how you are affecting change in your experience of matter, so you become aware that you are, in fact, that which causes matter to change. I'm very happy about this. Thank you. Wonderful. We'll have time for a few questions, and then we're going to wish you all a wondrous day. So we have time. Please share the change in your awareness with the group. Write a comment about the change and the shift you felt in what you felt before we started, what you felt during, and what you feel in your body now, that transition from teaching the body and mind to become still. Remember, you've got to give it permission to do this. And secondly, the comparative state, that afterwards, what is your body and your mind? What's different about your mind and body? Share your experience so that others will not feel that they have experienced something that they think is not correct. They need to be reminded. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Question from VO Me. One day last summer, briefly, I was in 5D. I thought, what was that and how to get more out of this? I thank you. I'm not sure how that is a question, but interesting. Once you are deliberately able to move your awareness out of localized identity, that's the perception that that body that you're in is who you are, the perception that the thoughts that run through your mind, that the things you hear, smell, taste, and see are who you are, then you can begin to become more inclusive about different realms of knowledge, wisdom, energy, consciousness, spirit, multidimensional beings, parallel universes. Once you can liberate yourself from a localized identity, you begin to be untethered. You see, your body and your mind can be an anchor, but if you know how to lift the anchor, your ship can sail. You can move your awareness through time, through space. You can connect with beings from many levels, many points of time and space, and non-time and space, because there are dimensions that don't register time, energy, matter, the way that we do while in these physical forms. And there are beings that you can talk to and learn from, like Metatrons are really great beings to talk to about multidimensional reality and how to transition through them intelligently and safely. Wonderful, thank you. Yes, remember this process. Remember this process. It is very simple. We like simplicity. The simplest thing, yes, which Master Jesus often says, and many of the other masters say this too, as you think, so it shall be. But the you that thinks must not be the you that believes it's just a body mind. Because a lot of people have thoughts about being wealthy or being happy or being peaceful or being in love. You have thoughts in here, but if you are not aware of how to actually bring the energy of that down into form, then it will not manifest. There's a creative process of bringing energy down to create changes in time and space. Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. So grateful. It is about Wonderful. And thank you. I appreciate everybody sharing their comments. It's so important. Question from CJ. Struggling with many anxious thoughts. Any messages for me from spirit guides? Um, yes, CJ. CJ. Yes. We know that those anxious thoughts are only something that you are aware of, but they are not you. You may be worrying about this thing, that future thing, and that past thing, but understand the one doing the worrying is not the one that you are. The one that is doing the worrying is not the one that you are. You may simply turn to your worry. You may simply turn to your worry and your anxious thoughts. You, right now, please do this. Turn your attention to those anxious thoughts. Place a hand over your heart and communicate to those anxious thoughts your love. Communicate your care and appreciation that you will take care of them. Do this right now. Communicate that even though you do not understand why these thoughts are anxious, that you're willing to care for them. Your willingness to care for them will cause the reduction in their intensity almost immediately. Please do this. Communicate your willingness to love them even if you do not understand them, and you will feel almost immediate relief. Because you, as the awareness, are meant to be the governor of thought and body. And most people are going through life letting their thoughts that are with the body to govern their life. But it's you, as the awareness, that are meant to govern your mind and body. And there are very simple ways to teach your mind to be still, to be quiet. And it's a skill that you must learn. Most people have not been taught the skill of teaching their mind to be still and quiet, or getting their body to sit in relaxed bliss. Many of you are not taught this, so you must teach your mind. It is your responsibility now to teach your mind to be still and your body to be quiet, so that you can begin to hear more than what you know in your mind. And only you can hear without your ears, and only you can see without your eyes. Thank you so much. I just want to thank all of the divine beings that are with us in time and space, and all of the divine beings that are with us in non-physical space as well. And those on the multi-dimensions. Please, thank you for resonating with us at this time, for bringing these messages, this information through to all of us. I'm deeply, profoundly grateful. And I'm deeply, profoundly grateful for all of you, for you too are one of these that we refer to. You too are contributing the light, the joy, the growth to this process as well. Thank you. So appreciate that. Wonderful. And thank you for that question, CJ. The struggle, remember, the part of you that is struggling is the part of you that needs to teach that part to be still. And it's okay, relax at this moment. And every time you teach it to relax, you open a doorway. When you teach that part, it's okay to relax, to not have anxious thoughts. Just relax. Use your breath. Your breath, my guardian angel John told me, our breath is a sacred instrument. We can use our breath. It's a sacred instrument. Breath is a sacred instrument. So that when you breathe, you literally can realign the body. You can realign the mind. So use your breath. If you've got anxious thoughts, stay with the breath. And if the thoughts come up and they're strong and they're anxious, just simply, it's okay. Just, you can say to them, it's okay to relax right now for 5-10 minutes. For those of you that have never meditated before, I highly recommend coming and taking our mediumship program, which starts February the 13th, where we literally help you to learn how to meditate, how to connect to your guides, your angels, other multidimensional beings. This is a time of ascension in human consciousness where we no longer leave ourselves as being just these finite meat sacks. We're not just these bodies. There's so much more to you. And if you want to know more about our courses and classes, you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and get more information about that there. And for those of you that are already registered, I'm really looking forward. It's going to be an amazing time. A lot of transformation, a lot of growth. Yes, I will. So please, please, please use this simple tool they've given us. We have gotten so caught up in the complexity of trying to figure everything out. There's a simplicity in not trying to figure things out. By allowing your body and mind to become still, you liberate yourself to consider other possibilities than what you think you know. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderful? And again, I want to thank Yogananda, and I want to thank the other gurus and rishis that have been flowing through us today. Much love to all of you. I want to say again, thank you for your patrons. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. This is another way you can support my work is through Patreon, but you can also support this work through my PayPal, which is again a link on my banner on my YouTube channel. And again, thank you everybody for taking time out of your precious time and bringing your light, your love, your joy here with us. I want to wish you all much love. We'll see you on Monday with Shortcuts for Your Soul. By the way, as you learn to get your mind and body still and quiet, you are free to then explore other realms of consciousness. But you can't when you're just thinking this is the only reality. A lot of people don't understand that yet, but everybody's waking up. This is the greatest awakening in human history is unfolding this year. And it's amazing. It's the most amazing thing. When you remember who you are, there is just nothing but delight in being. Even in the world as it appears to be, there is a delight in being. Much love, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful, a joyful day, and we will see you on Monday.